Hello guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you, my country people. INEC's credibility is being questioned. INEC's accountability is being questioned as the European Union observers disagree with INEC over the conduct of the presidential election. And yes, the European Union Election Observers Mission to the 2023 general election in Nigeria has declared that the February 25th presidential election was marred due to multiple failures by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), and yet the same INEC in court claimed that the 2023 presidential election was so far the best in the history of Nigeria. Meanwhile, according to the European Union, the operational failures on the part of the INEC were due to operational deficiencies and lack of transparency, among others. But in a swift reaction to the European Union report, INEC defended the conduct of the 2023 polls, insisting that irrespective of the challenges, there are many positives in the election. The EU chief observer and the head of the delegation, Barry Andrews, told a news conference in Abuja while presenting the mission's final report on the election that the election exposed during the systematic weakness and therefore signal a need for further legal and operational reforms to enhance transparency, inclusiveness, and accountability. Although he noted some improvements in the conduct of the election, especially the deployment of technologies such as the bimodal voter accreditation system, the BVAS, and the INEC results viewing portal, the IV. He, however, lamented that the 2023 general elections did not ensure a well-run, transparent, and inclusive democratic process as assured by INEC in the first place. He added that the public confidence and trust in INEC were severely damaged, which is so true. Now, during the presidential poll, and was not restored on the elections at the state level on March 18th, leading to civil society organizations to call for an independent audit of the entire process, which has led to so many, crises. And now the opposition parties, they are in court trying to defend and recover their stolen mandate. So you see, early in the process, while enjoying the broad stakeholders' trust, INEC had introduced a positive measure to strengthen the conduct of the elections. However, when we look in closer, the public confidence gradually decreased as severely damaged on severely damaged on February 25th due to its operational failures and the lack of transparency, while some corrective measures introduced before the March 18th elections were effective and the overall trust was not restored. He explained that the introduction of the bimodal voter accreditation system was widely seen as an important step to ensure the integrity and the credibility of the elections. Now, however, the multiple missteps and the lack of transparency before the polls, compounded by several delayed display of the presidential results, forms and dashed the public trust in the election technologies used. The member of the EU Parliament further stated that INEC had failed to give a timely and a comprehensive explanations for the failures of the February 25th election. Hence, the improved online display of results from the March 18th state elections just fueled further speculations about what exactly caused the delays after the presidential poll. And on the February 25th voting, was very critically delayed by the late arrival of the election materials during the early stages of the collation. The presidential election results from the polling units were not even displayed on time, as the IV was committed by INEC and anticipated by all stakeholders. So, A critical failure in the entire election process manifested at the collation stage on February 25th due to the widespread disorganization and the lack of adherence to the prescribed procedures and unsuitable environment. And by the time of the declaration of the presidential result, one quarter of the result forms were still missing from the IV, and a significant percentage of the forms uploaded on the IV, often needed for comprehension with the manual results, were not available. Now, the EU further stated that with the aim of contributing to the improvement of future elections in Nigeria, the EU is offering a 23 recommendations, of which 6 are given priority for consideration by the Nigerian authorities. Now they have decided to bring out a reform in 6 areas which they have identified as a priority recommendations. And they believe that if this is implemented, it will contribute immensely for the improvement of the conduct of our elections in Nigeria. And the 6 priority recommendations include efforts to remove and to establish a public accountable selection process for INEC members, to ensure the real-time publication of access to election results, to provide greater protection for media petitioners, to address discrimination against women in political life, and to punish impunity regarding electoral offenses. The chief observer pointed out that, importantly, there is a need for a political will to achieve improved democratic process in Nigeria. An inclusive dialogue between all stakeholders on electoral reforms remains critical. Well, he lamented that the EU recorded about 101 violent incidents during the campaign, including at least 47 fatalities, adding that assassination attempts and killings increased closer to the poll, creating a particularly insecure environment in the southern states and also several northern states. But in a swift reaction to the EU report, the INEC had defended the conduct of the 2023 elections, insisting that irrespective of the challenges that marred the elections, that there are still many positives in the election, even as it assured that the Commission was going to harmonize the EU recommendations with that of the other election observers. Now, the INEC commissioner in charge of voter education, Festus Okoye, said even from the report presented, you can see that the EU made mention of the fact that yes, there have been significant improvements in our electoral processes and there have been so many positives in this election. Well, we are quite aware of that. But the INEC, they are still trying to defend what transpired during the election, the insecurities, the violence. They are still trying to defend all those things, the manipulations, the result manipulations and all. So my country people, you get as this matter they be. So guys, what are your thoughts concerning this? The fact that the EU, the European Union observers have really pointed to the fact that yes, the conduct of the general elections, the 2023 general elections was not, suitable. It wasn't transparent and all. INEC lacked credibility at the elections, but yet INEC keeps on defending, the fact that the elections has been the best so far in Nigeria. So my country people, what are your thoughts concerning this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you. Bye for now.